are you still doing here?
You walked out, Tracy. I didn't. You interested in a game?
No, I'm not. I'm through with games.
It's a very wise move.
All right, Daddy, I have a move for you. I'd like you to leave.
Not yet. I haven't accomplished what I came here for.
Yes. You haven't signed the will.
I told you I wanted to do that in your presence, and I can now. But before I do that, Tracy, I want you to know exactly why I'm doing this to you. It's because you've allowed money to become a god in your life. You do anything to get your hands on that trust fund. I know that now. Ruin the family, destroy your brother, disgrace the family name, and most important of all, go against my direct orders, which only goes to prove that you no longer love me, if indeed you ever did.
It's not true, Daddy, and you know it.
When I sign this will, Tracy, I want you to know that I despise the very sight of you.
Daddy, don't hurt me this way, please.
I'm no longer your father, Tracy.
Daddy, don't you understand? You're the only one that ever really mattered.
Prove it. By dropping the paternity
Don't
test.
ask me, Daddy. I can't. I can't because I have gone too far.
I guess you have, Tracy. You've gone so far that you're no longer the daughter that I thought I once knew and loved.
No. You still love me. You have to.
I feel nothing for you, Tracy. Nothing at all.
Daddy, if you feel nothing for me and you don't love me anymore...
I feel nothing but a deep sense of rage which is beginning to destroy me. You're going to regret this day, Tracy. You're going to know what I mean when I say I am cutting you out of the family, that you are no longer a Quartermain. It means I never want to look on your face again. I don't want you at family gatherings. I don't want you around me for holidays. And most of all, I don't want to even have to pretend that I still have a daughter. Oh.
Daddy, what's the matter? What is it?
My medication, Tracy. Give me my medication. Oh.
Daddy, you're having a heart attack.
It's in the apartment. Next door. Drawer. Top drawer of my bureau. Hurry.
Daddy, I don't have a key to your apartment. You know, I always said I should have a key, but I don't.
It's here. Right here. I can't reach it. Tracy.
Okay, Daddy. Okay. It's here? In here?
Yes.
I can't.
Hurry. Hurry.
Here it is, Daddy. I got it.
Tracy.
You know, Daddy, it was really very careless of you to leave your apartment without taking your medication with you.
Tracy, I need my medication now.
That would help, wouldn't it?
Tracy.
Then you could live long enough to sign the will. Huh, Daddy? Cutting me off from the entire Quartermain fortune. Well, now, gee. That's something I'm gonna have to think about, isn't it?
Tracy, you don't know what you're doing.
You need me now, don't you, Daddy?
I've always needed you, Tracy.
How come you turned against me as soon as that baby was born to Monica?
Please, Tracy.
You're begging me, Daddy? After you tried so hard to make me look like a liar and a fool.
We'll discuss it later, Tracy.
No, Daddy, there's nothing to discuss. Because I want you to know right now, no matter what happens, I'm not dropping that paternity test. And I am doing it for all of us, every last Quartermain. For Mother, for Alan. But most of all, I am doing it for my own son, Ned. For my flesh and blood.
Tracy. Tracy, I can't breathe.
if you ever love me, for God's sake, help me.
I don't have to prove I love you, Daddy.
Tracy.
You know perfectly well. All Quartermains love each other automatically. There's only one thing we love more. Isn't that right, Daddy? What is it, Daddy? Say it. What is it? It's money, Daddy.
Dear God.
And I learned that at your knee. You always said to me, Tracy, never count on people. Only count on money.
Tracy, my medication, please. Please.
Daddy, if I get your medication, will you tear up the new will?
How could you talk about money? How could you talk about anything but my life?
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Tracy, get my medication, please.
Okay, Daddy, okay, all right, I'll get it.
Hurry. Oh, Tracy, please hurry.
Daddy, I got them. I got them. I'm sorry it took me so long. But you know they weren't where you said they were. They weren't in the drawer at all. They were in the medicine cabinet. I had to look for them.
Just let me have them.
Daddy, will you tear up this will? If I give them to you, will you tear up the will?
If I won't,
Daddy, come on, here it is. It's right here. Just tear it up.
I can't. I won't.
Daddy, I'll do it for you.
No. Oh, God's sake, help me, Tracy.
All you have to do, Daddy, is promise me you're not going to sign that will. That's all. Just one little promise.
Please, Tracy, help me.
Oh, Daddy, it's a beautiful night. It's such a beautiful night.
The pills. Give me the pills.
The pills are on the table, Daddy.
I can't reach them.
That's too bad, Daddy. I did what you told me to. I went next door and I got your medication for you.
Oh, Tracy. I'm dying. I don't want to die, please.
You better take your pills, Daddy.
Oh, dear God in heaven. If you love me.
Some terrible things to me, Daddy. You said some terrible, ugly things to me. You're a liar. I didn't have to buy the men who married me. Some of them liked me. Some of them even loved me. You bet some of them love me, Daddy. Want to know what the saddest part is, Daddy? The only man I ever loved was you!
Oh, no. Zelda, Edward Quartermain. I'm fine, thank you. Glad you asked. Matter of fact, I'm feeling remarkably fine. Zelda, I want you to come over to Tracy's apartment and, along with Howard, I'd appreciate it if you call him, get in contact with him. Oh, yes. Well, I want to apologize for calling so late, but I was sure you would understand. Oh, and Zelda, would you please bring the notary seal? Thank you.
Daddy.
Don't call me that, Tracy. I'm no longer your father.
Daddy, let's never do that to each other again, okay? Daddy, let's not play any tricks like that on each other ever again.
Is that what we were doing, Tracy?
Well, you bet. You were trying to get me to think you were really having a heart attack, and I was trying to get you to think that I was going to let you die.
You were very convincing.
You know, you weren't, not for a minute. I knew you were faking. Now, I want you to call Zelda back and tell her not to come, okay, Daddy?
Don't call me that. I am not your father. Tonight, I'm going to sign the new will.
No, you won't, Daddy.
Watch me. I'm signing it here. Tonight, you'll be disinherited.
You can't do that to me, Daddy. You love me. You'll break my heart if you do.
You haven't got a heart, Tracy.
Daddy, you know how much I love you, and now you're just being cruel to me.
When I was lying on the floor there and you came over to me, were those genuine tears?
You know they were, Daddy. They were tears of love. You can't do this to your little girl.
Why did you leave me lying on the floor and go to the telephone?
Why do you think? To get help, to call an ambulance.
If you knew I was faking, why would I need an ambulance?
Daddy, come on, no more tricks. I love you.
Don't touch me. You know, Tracy, your touch seconds me. That's better. No more tricks from you either. All right, Tracy, I want you to go upstairs to your room and stay there until I call for you. And Tracy, I suggest you do a little praying now that I've disowned you. Pray that Mitch didn't marry you for your money. Pray that Mitch really does love you and will allow you to remain Mrs. Mitch Williams.
Edward, you're first.
There you are, Zelda.
Howard, would you do the first witness signature, please?
Well, that's it.
Yes, indeed. This will is now in effect.
Well, isn't somebody gonna sing the Star-Spangled Banner or fire off a 21-gun salute? Howard, how about you? No? Very well, then. Perhaps I should take the stage again and tell the three of you what's going to happen now that I'm several million slimmer.
I'm not interested, Tracy. Zelda, Howard, let's go next door to my apartment.
The judge is going to come to the conclusion that the only thing fair for my son, Ned, is a paternity test on Alan Jr. And you know who's going to have the last laugh when Alan Jr. turns out not to be Alan Sr.'s son? anybody. So what you've done here doesn't matter a bit. Because I'm gonna have everything I want out of life.
Good night.